What's up, guys? It's your boy Pete, and welcome back to Planting with Pete. Now, if you're new here, this channel consists of almost everything houseplant related. If that tickles your fancy, hit that subscribe button, sit back, and enjoy the video. Alright, guys, so as you can tell by the thumbnail, we are going over our houseplant of the month of April. Now, a lot of you guys definitely should have seen this here plant again, which is my Hoya Chelsea. I received this here plant for one of my supporters here on the channel. Hi. I got this here. It's been almost a month, maybe teeter-tottering 4 to 4 weeks, and those have been at least about 3. I know I did an unboxing on her. You guys seen it. Now I can tell you when I did finally, after the video, I did come back through, as I said, and washed it off, cleaned it off. Got a lot of hard water stains off of it, and then also put some more back on it after I washed it. But I noticed that there were some splashiness on it. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I'm pretty sure that there is a more splashier Hoya out there. Not really looking for it or pressed to get it, but if there is, I'm definitely going to check out I finished this here, but I'm pretty sure that there is a more splashier Hoya. But at the end of the day, I'm just still happy that I did get my hands on this here Chelsea, you guys. Now, I had this here plant on my radar for a very, very long time, and I'm glad again that I did get her. Now, I've been thinking about, since the video, do I want to chop and proper? Now, with that being said, I would definitely have to make a decision soon, simply because if I do it how I did my crinkle 8, which is kind of different because the crinkle 8 was not rooted at all. So I had to reroot it and waited on a stable root system. Once that happened, then I decided to completely cut her up and fill in the pot. Nothing wrong with that, but those cuttings have to catch up, reroot themselves, and then try to shoot off growth points, which takes forever with Hoyas. But with this one here, especially this longer here plant, she's already fully rooted, so I definitely could go ahead and cut it, and that root system would definitely still be enough to shoot out new growth within a couple of months, as long as I keep the conditions the way they are. Now, I haven't this plant has not left its conditions since actually the night of the video. When I finished it, they went out. They were left once because I did a repot in here as well. They went out there in my prop box, and then I brought them in, did the video, which you guys will definitely see this here, which I'm pretty sure will be out before this one. If not, I have to move some things around to make sure it works. I don't want to show you the ending result, which is this, and you not see the before, because before it was just in a sphagnum, little plastic bag, no, plastic wrap with sphagnum moss. I didn't want to show you guys the ending and then not show you the beginning, which is the repot. But after I did that repot video, which was earlier this week, maybe last week, Saturday, something like that, she has not left the conditions, and it's not like she's just gonna tank, but I would rather have them in there getting them what they need. So in case I do want to chop and proper these area roots, which are starting to form, yeah, there we go, which are starting to form on there. That way, if I do decide to chop her and fill the pot out, it's more to work with instead of it having to literally start from square one and just, have to reroot herself, and then it's going to take forever, like the crinkle 8, to shoot out new growth. And it's a process, it is a process, but I'm just freaking loving this here plant. I'm still in shock. A lot of you guys, I'm pretty sure, are shocked that I did not do my Hoya Callistophyla. Thought about it, but the only downside with the Callistophyla, she didn't have any new growth. And if we're putting them side by side, and it's like we're literally checking off the marks, like how good do you look, how much growth do you have, root systems, all those things come into play when I try to pick a house plant of the month, and especially if they're like shining, So at this point, between the two new plants that I did get, which was the unboxing that you've seen, which is the Hoya Chelsea and the Hoya Callistophyla, the Callistophyla would have definitely made had definitely been April's house plant of the month. But this here Chelsea has a lot more growth. As she said, no, it wouldn't have. See, I told you. This here Chelsea has a lot more growth going on than the Callistophyla. If it didn't, I think that Callistophyla probably would have been the house plant of the month for at least 3 months straight. I definitely could have put it the house plant of the year. That's never going to happen. You guys know how I feel about my Marantas, and my black Maranta right now she's still there. She's definitely still at the top. That's until I get my hands on that. I think it's the light vein. Oh, that is one sexy. It makes me drool. All right, we're not talking about Marantas, but all in all. Again, this came from a supporter, and I'm just so glad that she sent this here. She watches the videos. Still mind blown, but to be honest with you, I was when I went in there to do, my regular checkup. I'm like, well, the money's coming up. What plant can I put on a spotlight this month that has, checked all the boxes? I turn and I see this Chelsea, and I'm like, hey, Chelsea, and she's like, hey, Pete. I'm like, okay, we see each other. So all in all, it's just a wish list plant, and I just honestly could not help myself, and she's definitely checked all the boxes. We're talking growth, leaf shape. I mean, come on. Like, if you don't have yourself a Chelsea, you guys, what are we doing here? You probably could have said the same thing about me, because I haven't had one. They've been out for a very long time, but I got one now, and I'm saying, if you don't have one, what are you doing? Like, come on. But I definitely do want to fill this here pot out with propagating her, or I might just see can I get some more cuttings to fill this pot out, because when I did repotter, you guys definitely should have seen that I used dirty spag. All of my plants, 90% of my plants now are in sphagnum moss, dirty spag, either original spag, semi dirty spag, or they're just in just some straight filthy, that gutter stuff. So usually anything new is definitely in that gutter stuff, because it works a lot better. Trial and error. Well, it happens, but yeah, it works. But I don't too much care seeing the spaces or the empty spots within the pot. Now, mind you, I do have like some aeroids and things that are like that, but it's different. Much different than a plant that can technically bushel out. And even with aeroids, it's the same thing. They definitely can bushel out, but my aeroids are way bigger than what these what these Hoyas are doing. The Hoyas are more kind of like compact binding kind of things compared to like a Monstera, anything, or Florida Ghost, any kind of thing of philodendron. They usually get pretty big, kind of pretty quick if you're doing what you need to do to get them there. So this here would definitely just, guys, this really made my year, to be honest with you. So like I said before, I seen her in there, and I just couldn't help myself. The Callistophyla would have made it, but she doesn't have any growth points. She has roots, don't get me wrong, but I'm pretty sure it would be a while before I get a while before I get new growth from her. I'm going to try to pump her. Like, we're going to pump. Like, she's going to be drunk when I get through with her. Like, intoxicated. She's going to need the AAA. She's going to need meetings. All right. So we're going to try to pump her with some chemicals. Oh, fertilizer. I should just say fertilizer to the chemical. That sounds bad, don't it? We're going to pump her with some fertilizer, and we're going to see can we speed things up, especially when it comes to that root system and pushing out new growth. But all in all, I keep thinking, like, if I want to, I don't know if I'm going to prop her or not, or just let her grow with these two vines and go from there. But if something happens, I'm just thinking about the insurance part about the plant. If something happens, then of course I will have top foliage, but it's not rooted, and then I have to reroot it, and then it's going to take even longer compared to if I just I don't know, because I haven't had any mishaps with any of my cuttings. Ooh, excuse me, when I'm doing propagations of Hoyas. All of them usually make it, but you never know. But all in all, you guys, she's been sitting outside of from the video. She has been sitting inside of my my greenhouse, my grow space, however you want to call it. Just been doing her thing, and this is the only time I brought her out within maybe what 2-3 weeks, maybe 4. I don't know that area. Definitely, you probably will not see her again unless I'm doing like a Hoya video. I'm pretty sure there won't be any kind of growth as of yet, simply because of she has traveled. But like I told you before, these little area root bumpy thingies are starting to come out a lot more. So maybe you guys can tell me, like, if you see the new growth point, look at my forehead there. It looks a little more growth pointy, you know, than what it did before. But I don't know. To be honest with you, I was just so excited to have one, and it had a good root system on it. I really didn't pay attention to, you know, the actual growth tip point, or what I call the eye of the plant. So I don't know, guys, but eventually, if I don't cut her, she definitely will get a trellis to go up on, which I would definitely be Lowe's. Yeah, I would definitely take a visit to Lowe's and see what we can do. This here bottom one, she seems a little, she's all right. I mean, nothing has changed. It's a big difference. You know what I mean? She doesn't have a root system, but I definitely have to keep her moist in order to keep things going. And she's definitely going to get hit also with the chemical as well to get things started. And I did get some more fertilizer, you guys. There's in the video on that as well. Make sure that notification bell is on so you guys can be notified. But all in all, guys, this is the Hoya freaking Chelsea. If you don't have one, please do me a favor. Get your hands on one. Like, this thing, like, literally made my day. And I'm still in shock, still in awe about her. I'm just, guys, maybe you could tell me, like, what is it? I don't know. But I've done a lot of research as of now on the Chelsea to make sure, you know, there's not any issues that I need to be worried about other than the basic overwatering, which you really can't overwater sphagnum moss unless you really can't. Let's just be honest with that, because I've accidentally kind of sort of on purpose got aggravated once upon a time, long time ago, a while ago back then. Yeah, I got some water. It was crunchy, and it was like, when sphagnum moss gets dry, it's really hard to rehydrate it at a stable pace. Basically, you have to water it and then wait, and come back, water it again, and then wait, come back, water it, you know, so that it can absorb. If not, it runs clean through like there's nothing there, you know. So one day, my crinklate was in not this current pot, but it was in another pot, south facing window, old apartment. Some of you may remember, I just douched. It was literally sitting in water, and I picked it up, and it was. You haven't had any issues from that. Now, I wouldn't try this. Do not try that at home, you guys. I would not recommend anything of that such unless your conditions can support it. And I can tell you, here in Georgia, she loved it. All right. The only issue I've had from her is like me underwatering, and that's with me getting used to, you know, my grow space out there. And I lost one of my cuttings, which I kind of hate because it was pushing out new growth. I already had 2 little leaves on it that had already formed and hardened off. Yeah, we got a cold snap. I cut my heater on, and it kind of dried it completely bone dry. And I think those days I wasn't feeling too well. And so, yeah, it kind of suffered, but I love them anyway, guys. This is the Hoya Chelsea. Like, come on. I just cannot wait till she get bigger. And as I always say, usually with plants that flowers, if you can get them to flower, then you're technically a orchid grower or a Hoya grower. I haven't had any, or I've definitely had orchids to bloom. There's no problem with me getting the orchid bloom, like, whatsoever. I'm gonna have a video on my orchids that I do have out there that I did a video on to make them I don't say grow a lot faster, but to support their needs, if you get what I'm saying. So if I have my dual flame, which is nothing but my heater on out there, then it dries out the air, and then it's basically pulling the moisture from anything that is in the air. And we know that orchids are like kind of sort of like air plants. How about that? So all in all, you guys, I'm just, again, loving this here plant. And if I don't chop them proper, then you would definitely get a video on me trying to get her on a tray list. I also, concerning Hoyas, while we're here, I'm trying to designate a spot out there, which I definitely have, and I might have mentioned to you on one of my tours, it's probably in the third part, that I'm going to turn that area into like a Hoya spot. I definitely have the light for it now. I have a, it's like, what is it, 1500 watt bulb. I have the, trust me, I have the wattage for it now, but we're definitely going to get some more Hoyas, and I definitely cannot wait. But she made the list again. I'm just still shocked, you guys. But Hoya Chelsea, like what negative can you say about her? You know, she's green, she's pretty, she's healthy. She has the little indentions that reminds me of a crinkle 8, but she's not a crinkle 8. She's a little bit smaller, but even though by looking at some of the bigger leaves there, I do know she get bigger. I've seen some of the ones on some of the other YouTube influencers channels that they're like huge. And I'm pretty sure that's because of the fertilization and then also the light source that they're getting. So I'm definitely not worried about that. But as of now, she's kind of, you know, she's riding tight. You feel me? So I'm loving it. She made the list. And again, there could have, honestly to God, there was at least 3 more I could have chose from, but we locked eyes and it was a wrap after that. Again, I haven't seen her since I placed her in the grow space out there inside of my prop box. So that's exactly where she's going to go once I finish this here video. But guys, this is again the Hoya Chelsea. Take a look. As you can see, I'm like starstruck here. And hopefully by the time I see her, we'll have tons of growth again. But yeah, try not to bother it and pay it no attention, which is why I do love my plants being out there, because it can grow like so much within 12 hours time, you guys, compared to me just walking by and looking at them all day, walking by and looking at them all. Nothing wrong with it, you know, but I'm enjoying it more not seeing them every 5 minutes with me having to go out there and be like, where did this come from? Like, there's, oh my, we'll talk about that on another video, but I just noticed this today. Like, come on. And I've been out there, you know, it's like this happened literally overnight. It's crazy, but house plant for the month of April, you guys, is the Hoya Chelsea. And we're just going to cut it here. I mean, like, come on, like, again, if you don't have one of these guys, try to get your hands on one of these, especially if it's on your wish list. I'm just shocked, and it's like little hairies. I'm just still shocked and learning as I go, you know, but I'm definitely on the Hoya train now. You know, I cannot help myself, and you're definitely going to hear more about the Callistophyla family. I found, I have a lot of Hoyas to get, all right? A lot of Hoyas to get. And these are just, when I say Callistophyla family, I mean like the veining Hoya, the veinage, however you want to say it. So there are a lot of them, and a lot of them I cannot pronounce, but we're going to get it there like this. I'm not even going to pronounce that. But yeah, you know, it's right here. I have a list, you guys. I'm loving it, but we're going to cut it here. This is her, and she is a beaut. But that is it here, you guys, for today's video. Please do me a favor, hit that like button. It definitely helps with the algorithm, gets my video, my channels, and things out there as well. Comment down below, do you have any of these? Have you come across any kind of growing issues? Now, again, like I said, I've done a little research, and I haven't seen or heard anybody having any issues with these except for just watching them grow or growing just outrageously big. And now it's time to like cut them back and things of that such. But let me know down in the comment section below. Let me know if you're still looking for these as well. Maybe some of you guys have some that are like huge, like the leaves or maybe the size of the lip of this here pot. Let me know down in the comment section below, and let me know your secret as well. I won't tell nobody, you know. Yeah, I won't tell nobody about it, but let me know down in the comment section below, because I would definitely love to get her to shine like the rest of my Hoyas out there, which I don't even want to talk about it, but things are going on with the Hoyas, and I've been waiting for my Hoyas to Hoya for a long time now, and they're like Hoyaing all over the place, so I'm excited. So we're definitely going to go ahead and get her back out there so she can do her thing, stay warm, get humid, and not, you know, kind of stall on me, because some plants like to stall and won't move for like 3 years, and it's like, well, what are you doing, you know? So yeah, let me know in the comment section below. Everything I do use here on the channel will be down in the description box below. Do me a favor, go and check those out. Some of those do come with a discount code, save you a little coin as well. My social handles are down there as well. I try to post as much as I can throughout the week, the month, however it goes. Sometimes I can't, or sometimes I do forget, which I started yesterday. I put a timer, not a timer, but on my calendar to post, because I do take pictures. I might send it to other people, which is kind of crazy, which I can send that picture like to my Instagram, which definitely goes to my Facebook, you know. But my social handles are down in the description box below. Do me a favor, go over and give me a follow as well. And yeah, guys, yeah, that is it. I will see you guys on the next one. Bye. Man, look at this. Like, come on, guys. If you don't have one of these, please do me a favor and get you one. Like, these are freaking awesome. I'm starstruck.